Welcome to my workshop. You are watching Casual DIY, and in today's video we're going to be making this awesome wooden star. Now this particular model is made with 54-degree cuts, and I'm going to show you how you can do that on mitre saws that don't go that far. For example, my mitre saw only goes to 50 degrees. However, most of the budget mitre saws will only go to 45. And I'm going to show you a really simple trick you can use to tackle larger degrees like the 54, for example. Also, I made a video showing you how you can make a star that's cut with 45-degree angles. Later on in the video, I'm going to show you the differences between them. But hey, let's start. Alright then, here at the mitre saw. Now my mitre saw will only go to 50 degrees, and usually the cheaper mitre saws will only go to 45. So how the heck you're going to cut out 54? Well, first of all, grab yourself a scrap wood piece. The larger the better. 2x4 or something like that. Something nice and chunky. And what we're going to do, we're going to cut 45-degree angle on this piece. This will help us out in setting up that 54-degree cut. Okay, with that sorted, that's the base that we have to help us out cutting the 54 degrees. Now what we need to do is change the angle of the mitre saw and the position of this piece. So we're going to flip it up just like so. And now what we need to do is to change the angle of our mitre saw to 9 degrees. Now why 9 degrees? Well, it's very simple. 54 degrees minus the 45 that we just cut equals 9 degrees. After changing the angle, now we need to put this piece correctly. Okay, so it needs to go against the blade itself. That it's going to be our guide. So just touching the teeth of the blade, just like so, and clamp it down so it's nice and stable. Okay, nice and stable. Just touching the blade. Now what we need to do here is to line up the corner of our board with that edge of our, well, let's call it a jig. Very simple one-time use jig, right? So the line of the cut will be directly on that edge. Now, to be fair, what you can do, you can try to clamp down this piece and try to make the cut. However, it's a little bit dodgy, it's a little bit risky, as this piece can move on you, as there's no support on this side of fence. So the cut off that we just had from our main jig, we can wedge it just in here, and in that way we're going to create nice and stable base for every single piece that we're going to be cutting out. So what's the easiest way to get all that sorted? Well, first of all, let's put our piece as it was. Okay, make sure it's in the right position, just like that, and clamp it down. Okay, with this piece clamped down, now we need to somehow secure the position of this little wedge over here. The easiest option to do that, get yourself a piece of painter's tape, whack it down on your mitre saw and on the piece of timber. Okay, and as you guessed it, we're going to use a bit of CA glue with an activator. Make sure it's nicely and stably wedged in there. Leave it for a few seconds and we're going to start making the cuts. Right, and we're ready to make the cuts. All my boards are 11 centimeters wide and 2 centimeters thick. Alright then, we've got 5 pieces cut, and I'm going to remove the setup that I've got over here and we'll create a new one. Now to get the second and third cut, we need to establish the length, okay? And how you can do that, it's quite simple. Basically, we measure angle that we just cut, okay? And in total, as you can see, hopefully, that comes to 19 centimeters, okay? And that's exactly the length that we need to make the cut. So at the top, I'm just going to mark 19 centimeters, just like so, on the longest edge that we've got. I'm just going to transfer the mark so it's easier to see. For the second and for the third cut, you need to set up your mitre saw to 36 degrees. As it's not a positive stop usually on mitre saws, sometimes it's really hard to actually get that perfect 36. Hence you may have tiny gaps in your stars, but I'll show you how to fix that later on in the video. Now, as to best your abilities, set your mitre saw to 36 degrees. To make sure we are consistent with every single cut, as it is absolutely crucial that we will be, make sure there's no sawdust just in the corner here, and set yourself a stop block. This is the exact piece that we've cut on the 9-degree angle. So it's an offcut from a longer board like this. And we're going to use it as a positive stop block, making sure that every piece is in the right position for the mitre saw. So as I take my mitre saw to do the cut, the line is just on the line of the blade every single time. Super important to do that. Just make sure to have that stop block. With all that in place, let's make the cuts. And for the third cut, what you need to do, just flip this like so, okay? And you'll be able to finish the third cut. And there we go. That's the first piece of our star. As you can see, it's gonna be quite large. Now I'm gonna carry on and cut the remaining parts. All right, let's have a look at the fit. Are there any major gaps in our star? Let's have a look. Well, to me, that's more or less perfect. I'll check it up from a bit up close. Probably, yeah, the tiny gaps you see is just because the workbench is not even, but yeah, it's nearly perfect. A bit of wood glue, sand it down, and you won't see absolutely anything. Now, how about if you will have an issue where you will have gaps, okay? So you can have gaps in two places, right in the middle, just over here, or maybe at the end. If you've got massive gaps in between on the whole length, you definitely messed up the whole angles, okay? So you need to redo this. However, if you've got tiny gaps, there's a couple of things you can do. So for example, if you've got gaps in the middle here, what you need to do is to move your mitre just a hair touch to the right hand side. And I mean a hair, right? A small tap, so the point just moves a tiny amount. And then what you need to do is to actually move the fence or get yourself some sort of a spacer. This is just 1 millimeter spacer, and that will be enough in most cases. Your piece of timber, and make the cuts on both sides. However, if the gaps are just at the ends, then what you need to do is do exactly the same thing, but move your mitre to the left. Again, just a hair, not too much, but don't forget about the spacer. Now again, as with the first stars I made, I've used a burnishing tool, and I'm going to do exactly the same thing, as I really do like the look of them. However, this time I'm going to actually try to do two colors. We'll see how that goes. First of all, I'm just using the copper brush on my burnishing tool. If you want to know a little bit more about this tool and how to use it, I've got 2 videos on it, and I'm going to drop links to those in the description of this video and in the pinned comment. And now we're going to try to double dye this, okay? So first of all, I'm going to go with the black Venge, and then after, well, going through the burnishing tool again, I'm going to hit it back with a violet color like this, quite vibrant, so hopefully we'll have a nice looking star. But we'll see how all that comes out later on. And now just make sure to wipe off any excess. And I'm going to carry on like this with the remaining 4 pieces. Alright then, so the wood dye has now dried, and I did swap the brush for a nylon one. So this is a lot smoother, a lot softer, so it won't remove as much material. Okay, and it's time for the stain. Just like so, on the top of the other one. However, this time I don't want to have it on the sides. So, just have to be careful. Wipe off some of the excess. Now if you think that's not enough, then apply another coat. And I'm going to carry on like this with the rest of them. To enhance the look of the star, I'm going to be adding a small chamfer to all the sides. Now with that done, I'm just going to slightly sand off the top of these pieces with grit 150, just to bring that depth to the whole project. Now, as every piece of timber is totally different and unique, you're gonna get really interesting results. I think they look absolutely fabulous. And with this technique, you can just make anything, any pieces of furniture or any art from wood, and it's just absolutely fantastic. And the texture under your fingers is nice and deep, rigid, but soft to the touch, as we just gave it that bit of sanding. Absolutely love the looks of these. Check this out. Right, it's now time to glue everything up. And check it out, I think it looks absolutely amazing, and I love the colors, the black, the purple, and then you can see the bare wood as well. Absolutely fantastic. It looks super gorgeous. However, now it's time to put this together. There's many ways you can do that. You can use pocket holes, you can use dominoes, you can use dowels, anything you want. However, from my perspective and from my experience with these, wood glue, solid wood glue, will do absolutely fine. On top of it, we're actually going to use a bit of CA glue for the initial hold. It will give us that clamping force, if you want to call it like that, at the start. Okay, so it will bond all the pieces together, and it will allow the wood glue to actually do its job. So let's sort this out. After the glue has set, there's only one more thing to do, is to apply some sort of a finish. In my case, I'm using spray varnish, satin, clear, just to give that nice protection. However, you can use anything you've got. And there you go, it is done. And I have to say, it came out absolutely stunning. I really do like the look and the color combination. Definitely very unique. However, on the other side, if you want something a little bit more basic, well, there you go. You can have a double-sided star with different types of finishes. So what is the difference from the star that's 54-degree cut and 45? Well, I'm going to show you right now. On the 54, the arms in a straight line. Whereas if you have a look at the star that's good at 45, the arms are sloping down slightly. Hopefully you can see that, just like so. So it all depends what type of look of a star you're going for. In both scenarios, you can use a mitre saws that don't go to 54 degrees. If you've got a normal basic mitre saw set up correctly, you can do any type of star you really want, even those with higher angles like these 54-degree angles. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I just want to say a massive thank you to my Patreons for supporting my channel. And hey, before you go, check out these playlists over here. Plenty of cool content there, so click on those and maybe you'll find your next video to watch. But for today, that's all. Thank you very much. Take care.